His Excellency Senator Hope Uzodimma is known for putting round pegs in round holes. To have appointed our sister to put her in charge of that Arashi Free Trade Zone is a very noble idea. She comes from a wealth of experience in the oil and gas sector. Having worked in places like Seplat, I know for sure. And of course, she's also a Harvard alumnus. So she's more than qualified for the assignment that she's handling. Imo is indeed reason. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we have very, very distinguished guests here in our midst. I'll, if you permit, recognize a few of them that I have their name on the list. First of all, let me thank the local organizing committee that has put together this awesome event, led by the Honorable Commissioner for Finance and Coordinating Commissioner in charge of the economy, Mr. Chuck Chukwemeka. You've done an amazing job. You and the LOC that have put together this Imo Economic Summit. I've also cited earlier on another commissioner, Barrister Emeka Mbudem, the Commissioner for Petroleum and Natural Gas Development in Imo State. Barrister Emeka, you're recognized. Amazing job you all are doing in Imo State. We're proud of what our state is becoming and the potentials that are about to be unleashed. Another great son of Imo State, the founder ABC Transport, my own brother, Mr. Frank Neji, OON, please recognize, please a round of applause. They're one of the pioneers of organized logistic business in Nigeria. We are so proud of you. I also like to recognize there's a company that I know is doing something wonderful in Ebima. Itazuma Mines and Industries. Their executive chairman, Dr. Innocent Tezuma, is represented today here by Dr. Chinedu Opaleke, who I was privileged to serve with him under the previous administration, past administration, not the immediate past. Chinedu Opaleke was former DG Imo Investment Promotional Agency, so you're recognized. Yes, he's still seated there. Chief Ude Ebube Mbitolu, I salute you, sir. Air Vice Marshal AK, yeah, you were there at the dinner last night. Thank you very much for the amazing thing that you're doing as well. Ezembu Chowara. Someone walked in as our sister was making that presentation. The Honorable Minister for State Finance, Dr. Doris Uzoka Anite, please a round of applause for her. Honorable Minister, you're welcome. You're welcome, thank you. Yeah, Chief Henry Iko, former minister as well. Thank you very much. We'll make progress. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, one of our keynote speakers is the country director of Pula Advisors Nigeria, a pioneering organization redefining agricultural insurance and climate smart risk solutions for millions of smallholder farmers across the continent. With a remarkable career spanning development strategy, agricultural, finance, and innovative risk modeling, he has been instrumental in shaping policies and programs that improve farmer resilience, unlock productivity, and drive sustainable economic growth. Under his leadership at Pula continues to empower communities, strengthening food systems and ensuring the future of agriculture is not left to chance. Is here today to speak to us on agro-industrialization, moving from farm to market and to global export. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me as I welcome to the stage here our keynote speaker, Dr. Mike Enahoro. Please, a round of applause for Dr. Michael Enahoro as he comes to talk to us today. Oh, he's already here. You're welcome, sir. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Respectfully, I would leverage on all protocols observed. I stand here today respectfully as a son of Imo State by default. I share a birth date with an idol of mine who I watched make me cry in 1977 when he was able to score against Bendel Insurance, which was one of the games my father took me to go and watch. Patrick Ekeji and I share the same birth date. I remember that in my mind as a child. I watched him play football, and Bros, he also didn't know, but he was instrumental in me playing for this country in 1981. I was a 13-year-old selected by Emmanuel Omiono, and he just happened to pass by and he gave a good word, and I got selected in the national team to play for this country in the first under 17 national team. So Dr. Patrick Ekeji is for me a god. I also met him again when he was the DG, when I started a program called Kids and Play, to which I ended up developing some national athletes, one of which is your daughter, Rosemary Chukwuma, who runs now for the national team, started from the program Dr. Patrick Ekeji approved. And that day, the man doesn't know that, but he has been very instrumental in most of the big decisions I've made in my life also. I also want to recognize him, sir. Bros, good day, sir. Imo State has been very, very instrumental. One of my oldest friends, who our paths have crossed in so many different ways, is from the state. Our paths have crossed over 30 years, and today we are still working on putting together a national structure for disaster risk financing in agriculture. And Imo State is going to be one of those states that becomes the primary one for that. I've been asked here, and by default, my late mom is also grew up in this state, so I feel connected to Imo State, even if I am an Enahoro from Edo. I speak to you today because our sister, Dr. C, just gave us a very, very incredible vision. That incredibility does not work if the state that is the second largest producer of cassava cannot convert cassava into cash. I will skip, I have a whole list of a speech to make, but I will speak to you directly from the heart. Dr. Hope Uzodinma has tried to do something that a lot of governors shy away from. Take the long road that is not very, very popular, but try as much as possible to develop value chains rather than just projects. If you have a free trade zone that has energy put in there, we should be talking about agro-processing for Imo State. Bubbling around you are producers of food. Imo State is this nation's second largest producer of cassava. Forget what they tell you about Benue and Ondo. Imo State does cassava. We should not be looking at Gary for any reason not coming out of the state, especially if you have a free trade zone. Imo State has one of the largest women farming organizations in the country, Imo Women Farm. I know the stats. I have the stats. I insure Imo women. You have close to 13,000 small cooperatives. If you have 13,000 small cooperatives of 20 members each, we should not be having challenges in food processing. If we have a problem with Gary, check Imo. If Imo is not distributing Gary, then Nigeria has a problem. And let's call it what it is. I am not going to read from a pretext speech. I am going to talk to you as a son who is looking at the smart people in this room. Industrialization in Imo is not new. Transferring from farm to processing to agro into international products is something that is within the wherewithal of the state. You don't have to generate anything else new because this is what you do. But when I listen to Dr. C and see the work that they've done in the free trade zone, I am pleading with the leaders of this state to be able to look at agro-processing as one of the key drivers for this state to become one of the most economic blocks in the country. It doesn't take too much from where Imo State is. I took a drive out to try to go to the free trade zone because I really wanted to see for myself everything I heard yesterday. I am telling you, I am impressed beyond words. And this has nothing to do with anything. I am impressed beyond words. When you have a program like Freelia, Freelia is saying that if you want to farm, come to us. We have the capacity to be able to allow you farm and produce goods. The only thing I have not heard is where are the multitudes? Why are we not seeing that avalanche of people going to the States to say this is what we want to do? Going international, Imo has already been international. Your Gary is in London, your Gary is in the United States, your Gary is everywhere. If you pick up a pack, there are only two states that ship Gary, Ondo and Imo. Check any store in London, check in the US, check anywhere. You will find, if you're not seeing an Ondo, you will see somewhere from Imo. Your snails are already in Belgium. So if we are having pockets of this type of things, you now have Freelia that says that this is what we want to do as a government. I think the drive must be able to support that. Where are the people who farm? Our farmers in Imo State, unfortunately, are one of the oldest in the demographics. Why are young people not going to the farms? When you have programs like this, I want to use this junction because I have 3 to 4 minutes. I want to use this junction to plead with the Imo State government. Having this amazing program does not do anything for anyone if we cannot reach a lot of people to take over what their fathers have done. The world is going industrial. Regardless of what AI does, people have to feed. Regardless of technological advancements in the world, people have to eat. So let me use this opportunity to please talk to the Imo State people. Let us support the work that a visionary like Dr. Hope Uzodinma is doing. To the government and the good people of Imo State, it is with immense, optimistic and very, 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 very exciting view that I stand here to tell you that the state is gearing up for something that is truly, truly, truly big and something that can really change the economic dynamics of the state. It is based on that I am very strongly encouraging that the programs that is being driven under this free trade zone should be definitely encouraged. Investments from private sector, like my big brother Leo Stanike has said, everyone should try to invest, not just in technology, but in food production and processing. Imo State already has the wherewithal to start that and be able to run with that. So, for me, I have been given a time limit. I would love to talk to you. What I can say is this year, I have insured 400,000 Nigerian farmers. 11,000 of them are from this state. But the government has not invested in risk mitigation for farmers. The 11,000 people are insured were from private sector drivers and private sector people. Here I am. I would love to promise the state that if I can get the state to insure, the state ready to insure, I will match the state. I will match the state for any money it is willing to pay to insure its farmers 50-50. I have that authority. If the state is ready to insure 100,000 farmers and they are willing to pay for risk mitigation for them, I will match them 50-50. So I need to have somebody from the Ministry of Agri come look for me, come and find me, and let us sit down and look at what we can do for the wet season, and let us see how much food we can produce and get people insured. And if the state can raise that type of amount and raise the people, I will match them for whatever they put on the table. Thank you very much.
A round of applause, please, for Dr.